2025 is about to end, but before it goes, we wanted to take one last look back at the biggest stories in state politics. And who better to do that than our Capitol reporter, Dennis Owens.
Better late than never, the story that most impacted the Capitol in 2025, a budget 4.5 months after its June 30th deadline. All sides claiming victory on the spending plan that surpassed $50 billion for the first time ever. No tax increases, no touching the rainy day fund. Billions found, Republicans said, from the couch cushions of state government, actually unused lapsed funds.
We are in a strong fiscal position. Most other states are running deficits. We've got an $8 billion surplus, and we didn't tap into the rainy day fund, and we managed to make investments and cut taxes.
Once again, more money for public schools, a first ever tax credit for working Pennsylvanians, and the state officially exited the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative, which is a tax on carbon emitting energy producers and was the GOP's biggest priority.
You cannot have economic development without shovels in the ground, and you can't put shovels in the ground without permits.
Not in the budget, still on the to-do list, long-term funding for mass transit, most notably cash-strapped SEPTA in the Philadelphia region, one of the largest systems in the world, about to welcome the world for America's 250th celebration. They can't celebrate with recreational marijuana. Nearly all of PA's neighbors have legalized it. The governor wants it. The Commonwealth has thus far rejected it. President Trump signaled his support, so perhaps 2026 is the year adult use weed is regulated and taxed in PA. Same story for skill games. Everyone agrees they should be taxed and regulated, but the agreement breaks down there as fights over who gets them, how much to tax them, and who gets to oversee them. The state Supreme Court is now mulling their legality, a ruling expected in the new year, but lawmakers could act at any time to settle it. Of course, could have done that for the past 6 years. Speaking of the high court, an historically expensive retention election for 3 Supreme Court justices led to the historically typical result, all 3 retained by PA voters for 10-year terms. As for that election, a blue wave crashed across the Commonwealth, up and down the ballot and far and wide in PA. The off year was really off for Republicans and a boon for Democrats. Having an R after your name was really bad. A well-known and qualified Dauphin County district attorney lost a judgeship to a virtual unknown who spent less than $3,000.
It's a tough pill to swallow, but it is what it is. The voters decide.
Sometimes candidates who do not run winning races get dragged across the finish line by the wave.
I think this was an across-the-board rejection.
A special election earlier in the year was a foreshadow as Lancaster County, yes, Lancaster County, sent Democrat James Malone to the state Senate for the first time in more than 100 years. That seat opened when Ryan Alment went to work for U.S. Senator Dave McCormick, the Republican who stunned PA icon Bob Casey. McCormick had a busy year, highlighted by an energy and AI summit in Pittsburgh, attended by a who's who of industry executives who pledged to invest billions in PA. Both Governor Shapiro and President Trump made their way to the Steel City that day. PA Senior Senator John Fetterman exploded onto the scene, much to the chagrin of progressive Democrats who were especially frustrated by his aggressive pro-Israel stance, what they think is a too cozy relationship with Donald Trump, and too frequent criticism of fellow Democrats. Will Pennsylvania voters continue to be blue? Will be the question in 2026 as the Commonwealth elects a governor, all of the state House with its 1-seat Democrat majority, half the state Senate, which has been dominated by Republicans for decades, but that domination could be in peril, and all of Congress. 4 seats currently held by Republicans could be flipped, Democrats believe, which could flip the balance of power in D.C. So congratulations, PA will once again be a battleground state in 2026 with the eyes of the nation upon us. Not sure whether I should offer the Commonwealth congratulations or condolences on that, but we want to offer all of you a happy, healthy, and prosperous new year.
Hi, I'm Eric Finkenbinder from ABC 27. We're excited to announce the new ABC 27 News Plus app. Live stream newscasts or watch content on demand. This is different than the ABC 27 app on your smartphone. You can check this out at home and it's very easy to use. With a Fire Stick, go to the home page, scroll down to search From there, enter ABC 27. Move over to the apps, and there we are. Click the icon and install. It's just that easy.